Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Oh Hell Yeah. I'm Eddie Delaseppe.
I'm Brent Flyberg.
We're here, we're peers, get used to it. We're here in Spider House Rules Studios, which there was a big spider here recently.
Was it really?
Really big one. And that was right in the corner over there. And I thought, do I let him be? This is his home.
I think you let him be.
And then I killed him with a is that bad luck?
I don't do it, but I don't know if it's bad luck.
What do you do? Put him in a glass? And let
No,
him
I
go?
leave him alone.
Yeah, God, nah.
If it's really big and it's like near my bed, I might take it outside.
So I
But what you take it outside, it's just gonna die out there.
So I got the broom handle and I went like this,
Yeah.
just to see how big this guy was, okay? Because I could see him from down here,
Yeah.
and I went like that, and I heard a crunch, and I was like,
Oh.
I hope that's an echo. That's not like
Yeah.
that was a big guy. And then I bring down the thing, I was like, oh my god,
Was it that big?
It was big, and you could see it. He was still like not twitching, but there was like remnants of his body. He was just like this, like, why? I'm killing bugs for you.
Was there visible goop? Was he big enough that there was visible goop?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's how you know you got a big spider. When there's like mucusy looking. Ugh.
I don't like recreating energy, but we were literally talking for 15 minutes and we weren't recording. I came up with nicknames for you.
Yes.
The Chicken Wing King
Chicken Wing King.
and Burger Prince.
Burger Prince.
I can see Burger Prince catching on, but the Chicken Wing King makes sense with you.
I think Chicken Wing King makes more sense. There is another podcast that has a Burger Boy. So I think I might need to steer clear of Burger Prince.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense. Chicken Wing King is good.
Chicken Wing King is good.
Because you're Flyberg.
Flyberg.
Chickens
fly.
Ideally fly. They don't fly.
They
You don't
really.
fly.
I don't either, but I'm pretty fly.
I never thought about yes, you are kind of fly. Despite everything else about your life, you are kind of fly.
As you but clean cut slob. That's kind of my thing.
Clean cuts. I think you are a clean cut slob.
Yeah.
Because you're the kind of guy like, wow, look at him. He looks nice in this. That's mustard. Why is there mustard on the lapel?
Dude. From far away, I look like I could be a lawyer. You get up close and you're like, no, that's a defendant.
He's fighting for his life. He's trying to get his kids back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, from afar, it's like, look at that mannequin. That's from Goodwill? That's a Goodwill mannequin. Goodwill mannequin.
I'm the Goodwill mannequin. I love that.
I could totally see being a Goodwill mannequin.
Yeah, I would be a great Goodwill mannequin. Shout out to Andrew Rolfo, who was on Totally with us the other day, who, what did he say that was so funny? He said, everyone on this show looks like they all work for the same thrift store.
Yeah, Buffalo Exchange. It's very funny. We were talking a little bit off camera, not on purpose.
No.
About you having so you're having a date.
I did.
You had a date, but you wanted to FaceTime first.
FaceTime pre-screening date. Give you a quick background. She lives in Venice. I'm already a little on the fence. I don't love going to Venice. It's very far away from where I live. Then she tells me she doesn't even live in LA yet. She's moving like that day.
I want everyone to know, and I don't want to be these typical LA people. It's not far away. Traffic makes
as the crow flies. About 9 miles.
9 miles, which ideally anywhere else in the country. Remember we were in Dallas when we went from the airport to the hotel? It was like 20 miles. We're screwed, and it was
22 minutes.
23 minutes.
Yeah.
Ideally, this should be 10 minutes, but it's a jaunt.
Yeah. About an hour, give or take.
So I can understand if you want to like cut your time down. I feel like this is the future. I feel like there's going to be like so many like FaceTime. There's going to be like, oh, just give me your name. I'm going to put in this pre-screener. Make sure you have no felonies
or you meet up in the freaking metaverse for a first date.
Oh my God.
Metaverse date.
You got your helmet on. She's got your helmet on. You meet up in like some virtual bar.
Or you could meet at the top of Everest.
God, I never think big enough. Of course. A mansion, a pool, a grotto, an infinity pool. I'm like, man, we meet up in a nice, respectable restaurant in the metaverse.
A 3.5-star coffee shop.
We meet at a TGI Fridays in the metaverse. You could easily go to like, some huge restaurant. I know, anywhere. I know, I don't think big enough. Anyways. I don't mind the virtual date.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the virtual pre-screen. The thing is, this is what I was going to say to you before. You can agree to the terms. Like, okay, I'll meet you on a FaceTime date. But either you make this up. Not that you want to start off with a lie. Although I do love a lie.
Yeah.
I think you need to put a cap and like, okay, I can't for a couple minutes.
And I wish I had said I've got 15 minutes
or like
I've
5,
got 20,
5.
whatever it is.
I'm telling you 5 because if you reveal too much, and then the person will get turned off and like, no, it's not me.
Yeah.
This is just like the self-tape version of me.
Yes, I'm better in the room. We've been over this, but I'm better in the room.
Better in the room. You need to feel them, see them.
I gotta touch them. I gotta sniff.
You need to see the ketchup stains.
Yes.
You need to look at the sweat on the brow. He's here. He's alive. He's a person.
I want her to see the mustard stain and decide that she likes it.
I remember I had a friend who's going to be at my wedding, and he was like you, a clean-cut slob. And I introduced him to my fiance, and it was like our second date. I go, hey, this is my buddy. And then my fiance goes, hi. And she goes, what's that on your shirt? I go, is that mustard on your shirt? And without even a hesitation, this is how you know certain men need a woman in their life, like I talked about in the last episode. Took the mustard saying, is it? Oh, it is. You don't taste test the stain. You taste the stain. You don't need to clarify the stain. Like, actually, it's
100% what I would have done.
Actually, it's aioli mayo. Like, what's the point of testing it?
Is there anything that would make it okay if he's like,
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what sauce that is.
emu egg yolk. Very rare and expensive.
Emu egg yolk. Oh, that'd be kind of funny. Like you still try to be pretentious with your stains. Excuse me, that's a caviar stain.
Yeah, that's a caviar. Yeah.
Sorry, I got this at Nobu. Okay, that's a high-end sauce stain from Nobu. Anyways, so
I'm doing the FaceTime date. She was in Venice. That's red flag or bait. We'll call it flag number 1. Number 2, she doesn't live in LA yet. She's moving like that day. Another kind of questionable situation, but I find her attractive, so of course I'm willing to ride this out.
Right.
We get on the phone. We get on FaceTime. It's going fine, I think. You know, hard to tell. Also, she's wearing sunglasses, which is like, come on, participate in good faith.
Right.
But anyways, I digress. We chat for a while, and she's like, yeah, this was fun. Let's grab coffee. And I'm like, totally, let's do it. And then I start planning to drive to Venice in the middle of the day to meet up with this woman for coffee. And then the next day she texts me, and she's like, actually, I'm not really feeling it. Let's not. So I'm now 0 for 2 on pre-screens, which is why I think you got to get me in the room.
Got to get him in the room.
I'm so good in the room. You got to trust me.
You got to see him. You got to see him spit the zin out in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, dude.
You got to see it.
I'm like the Grateful Dead. You got to see me live.
Yeah, no one gets you but the dirtiest people you know. Dirty hippies or high out of their gourd get him. Yeah. He's just like the Grateful Dead.
They love me.
Those 3 little bears, only certain people understand them. Anyhow, so the date didn't happen, but it also did happen.
But it did happen.
That's a sad thing.
And we wish her well.
Nah, was she like a babe, as they say?
Yeah. She was also like a lawyer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she knows what you do?
Yeah, I was trying to latch onto those coattails.
Oh man, latch, baby, latch. Yeah. I'm like a tree lemur or some sort of like some sort of animal that just latches on.
You're
something
like one
bigger.
of those symbiotic parasites.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've always said that. What are those? What are they called? Like a buffalo spider? They like get on the animal and they suck it.
Spider.
And they suck it dry.
Is that what you are?
Maybe.
You suck it dry?
No. Well,
because I was thinking you're like one of those. What are they? There's some sort of sea creature that lives on the outside of whales, but also like cleans them,
grooms them. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like there is the whale is clearly carrying you, but
interesting.
The little barnacle or whatever is contributing.
Say what you will about me. I'm a belittler. I'm a pegger.
A pegger.
I can
cold-blooded pegger.
I'm
this guy will peg you from a mile away.
The cold-blooded pegger.
That's your nickname.
CBP is a cold-blooded pegger. He sees you, he'll peg you right away.
Welcome to Oh Hell Yeah Pod with the Chicken Wing King and the cold-blooded pegger.
That guy really pegged me. Who? The CBP. Cold-blooded pegger pegged me. And the Chicken Wing King.
He just watched and laughed.
All sauced up. The Chicken Wing King and the cold-blooded pegger. God, that sounds good. So what's new in Brentland aside from the date? What's new with me? What's happening with me? Planning a wedding. The lady's back.
She's back?
She's back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what? Did you have to clean up?
Well, yeah, I had to clean up. But here's the thing: I love my fiance, but she was hanging out with her parents for a little while, and then it's just very funny. I don't know if you feel this way when you're hanging with your parents. It definitely it does. I try to like push it out, but it can't help but permeate my system. You watch so much news with old people
because that's always on their TV.
It's all they do.
Always.
The Morning Joe, Cup of Joe.
They love the news.
So the moment she walks in the door, she's like, "Did you hear about the China and Russia having they're on the coast of Alaska and they're like they had their 2 fire planes, first time in history? Did you also see that Kamala Harris did this and this? JD Vance wants it?" I'm like, hey. Man, I was naked and like up until an hour ago, walking around here, dancing and listening to tunes.
Yeah, it was the end of Saltburn right up until now.
Yeah, I was pounding I was pegging a pound of dirt until you got here.
Pounding dirt.
Remember that happened on Saltburn? Remember that scene? He was just going to town on that pile of dirt.
Yeah.
And I was just like, watching that, people thought that was so disturbing. And all I can think was like, I mean, that different from when we were like doing it on like pillow cushions. But then again, there was a dead body underneath.
There was a dead body underneath. It's not like his dick was touching it.
No. And if it was.
Also, don't forget, it's a movie. This didn't really happen.
And hey, if Jacob Elordi was 6 feet under, and I was
can't blame a guy for trying.
If I knew he was down there and I was into the dudes, I'd be like,
let me at him.
Let's wormhole this dude, this ground. So she's back, and then right away we started doing like chores.
Is you now in your living situation? Is one of you neater than the other generally? Because you are a relatively tidy person, from what I can tell.
I've been worse.
Yeah.
I think most men are bad when they're alone at their own devices.
Do you feel like you have to kind of you are capable of rising to the level of your competition?
Yes, but I will say
because it is a competition.
Everyone has their, and this applies to you with roommates as well, because you are living with another human being that has their own idea of what cleanliness is, or their idea of what a day-to-day life is like. But what is your like? What's your thing like? Hey, can you not do that? It gets under my skin. It doesn't affect my life, but it affects my mood. Is there something? I'll tell you mine.
Yeah.
My fiance does this. We have in-unit laundry. We have laundry in the house. And I'm guilty of it too sometimes. But because she does it so bad, I can't help but I don't want to sink to that level. But when they don't take the clothes out of the dryer, and I don't know what's in there, and I throw my stuff in the wash, I'm like, all right, time to dry.
And now...
and then I pull one of these. Hey, you got stuff in the dryer. And then she goes, okay, cool. Can you turn it back on and fluff it?
Oh, no.
And I'm like...
well, now you lost your chance at fluff.
So here's the thing. I've seen my fiance fluff the same batch of clothes. I've seen up to 5 times.
5 times?
And at that point, I said to her, listen, I need to stop you. I said this to her one time. I need to stop you, not for you, but for the planet. This is a waste of energy in every way.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally. I can't support. I told her I can't support fluffing this for a 5th time. It has to come out.
It's got to come out. Sorry, you're gonna have some wrinkly shirts.
She doesn't listen to this podcast. Thank God. Well, no one really does if you look at the numbers. But anyway, I've done as far as to like grab her stuff,
Kobe into the bedroom.
Kobe all over the bed.
Yeah,
scattered to the point where my dog is like, can I chew these? Listen, I've done it all. I've even taken it out, put it down, dried my stuff, folded it, put it away, take her stuff back in the back in the dryer.
That is another level. To put it back in the dryer after years.
It's gotten to the point where, like, she said to me, she's like, I have a problem.
At least she knows it.
She knows, only because I bring it up everywhere I go. But out of everything she does, that is, I think there's something I do that she was just like loses her mind, which is like, I hate that you're so funny. Where are my friends? I hate that you cook great meals and it makes me feel like I'm not a good cook.
Yeah. I hate how good you look with your shirt on.
I hate that you work out every day and make me feel like I don't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that everyone likes you and everyone says, "What? You got lucky, huh?" I do bad stuff too.
Must be really hard for her.
It's hard.
It must be really hard.
I hate that you're always so hard. Blue Chew. Not that anyway. But
for me,
what does the roomie
my
do?
Roommate? Okay, my roommate.
I can already tell. I already know. I can tell. It's something to do with the sink. Is it the sink?
It's sink related for sure. I would say there's a general sort of incongruent ideas between me and my roommate about when a dish is clean or not.
Interesting.
And what needs to be cleaned every time and what does not. Like, for instance...
Well, if it's dirty, it's an absolute. This thing's got dirt on it. It should not be back in the drawer or pantry or whatever.
Well, okay, because I've told you this story before. But so my roommate, look, he's a great roommate. Across the board, great roommate.
Of course.
I'm not complaining. But in general with dishes, he clearly hates doing the dishes so much that he's constantly trying to find like little hacks to get around.
What's he doing? Eating out of a paper bag?
A lot of paper plates.
Come on.
He's using a lot of paper
that's
plates.
more wasteful than the dryer energy.
I agree.
He's eating he's literally eating out of newspaper.
Yeah, that would be better, honestly. The other thing, I caught him doing this. I think I told you about this. We had a pair of scissors. We have a pair of scissors in the kitchen that are, for whatever use.
Okay.
And one time I saw him take these scissors out of that drawer, cut cheese with them, and put them back in the drawer. And I said, "Stop right there."
Blasphemous.
And he reacted like he got he knew he wasn't supposed to be doing that. He knew it. And as soon as I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Sorry, you're right."
Wow.
But then the other thing is like he won't clean like the lids. Like if he will make rice and there's all that kind of like starchy residue on there. Of course, yes. And he'll just leave it.
Okay. I don't disagree with using scissors as a kitchen food cutting tool.
Sure, go ahead. If you're cutting your food and then cleaning it afterwards, I don't give a fuck.
I've cut pizza.
It's a great use of a scissor.
I don't know why. No one has adopted the scissors for cutting pizza more. I feel like it's so efficient. You get right onto there. You don't have to like constantly saw something. You get perfect slices. You cut right through the cheese, the pepperoni, whatever.
Yeah, scissors are good.
I don't know why. But I remember when my fiance first saw me cutting pizza with scissors, she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What am I doing?"
I'm cutting the pizza.
This is the most efficient way to cut a pizza.
Yeah.
She's like, "I've never seen anyone use pizza to cut scissors. Sorry, I've never seen scissors to cut pizza." She's like, literally, like, I've never seen anyone use scissors to cut pizza.
Welcome to the big city.
I'm a guy. I'll use scissors for anything. I'll cut a box. I'll stab a perpetrator.
Get some stuff off my teeth.
I'll use it as a knife.
Yeah.
For eating a steak if I have to. Scissors to me is like all purpose.
Yeah.
Wow. But anyhow, if he cut the cheese with the plastic still on top, is it like a craft slice?
No, he like peeled the plastic back and then,
that's wild. Because if he at least had the plastic on top, I could see that a little bit.
It's still going through the cheese.
Not as much as you think. Okay. But to not clean it after, what about if he just ran underneath the water?
I still would have been like, you got to use soap and water for that.
See, the problem is you guys don't have a dishwasher. That's the problem.
Well, we do. We have a countertop dishwasher that he also doesn't really like using for reasons I don't totally understand.
People, it's funny when you live with another human being, regardless if you're having intercourse with them or not, you just see those quirks or like, I guess, and it's always been the classic trope. He leaves the toilet seat up. I almost fell in. But that's just a microcosm for like any relationship where it's just like a little moment where like, oh, that's kind of a weird thing. We all have those moments where it's like, oh, I guess you just don't do that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you think this is an appropriate place for shoes? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's a big one for us. Is I think that I am much messier than he is, but he is much. This sounds like I think we're even, but I think I am messier and he is tidier, whereas I'm a little bit cleaner and he's a little, I'm gonna say grimier.
Right. What's the grossest thing, the most embarrassing thing you've done to a roommate or loved one that they discovered that you had no explanation for, that you just were emphatically apologetic? I'm going to tell mine.
Yeah, you go ahead.
This may be weird. I don't think it's weird. Sometimes I talk on the phone while sitting on the toilet.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes I'll have full conversations on the toilet. I don't tell the person I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always kind of on the down low. And when I'm about to flush, I hit the mute button. I go, hold on a second. Flush, mute, boom.
This is just an efficient use of time, is what I'm hearing.
It's also very comfortable. It's kind of like a deprivation tank. It's just like, hey, I'm in this little tiled box
Chamber with nothing to perceive.
I was in this heated conversation about some sports conversation one time with a friend. I'm on the toilet. They don't know. I'm in there squeezing a hot deuce. Mm-hmm. Okay. And say what you will about my little body, but I can hold a lot of poop.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
Okay, I'm full of
This
it.
guy's full of it.
I've been told it by every adult in my childhood. I'm full of it.
Yeah.
And like a Play-Doh factory, my blue knot can really cut it.
Your blue knot? Is that what you call your butthole? Is that a Play-Doh term?
I'm just going by what I see online. That's what people say on Reddit.
Why is it blue?
Balloon knot.
Balloon knot.
Not my blue knot.
I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
I don't get a lot of blood there. I'm sorry. My capillaries are dead. My balloon knot can really slice it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Any hole.
Well, not any. Yours.
Specific hole. So I lay a deuce down. Forget to flush.
Okay.
Okay. My place.
Sure.
Did I forget it? Of course.
Yeah, that happened.
I was on the phone. I was in a heated debate.
Yeah.
Did I have someone come over? They did.
Oh no.
Did they open the toilet bowl? Did they open the
no.
toilet seat to see? Yes.
Was this a friend or a lover?
This is a potential lover, not even full lover. Now here's the thing about poop, and I've learned this the hard way.
Oh no.
If you let it sit in water long enough, it becomes a diarrhea.
Yeah.
It becomes
doesn't matter how that started.
It becomes a nice soupy buddy gumbo. Gumbo. It becomes a buddy gumbo.
Balloon knot gumbo.
And I will say this: if you were to open the seat of a toilet and you were to see a log in there, there's still something inherently funny about the log.
Yeah.
The log is funny.
Yeah.
The log is, look at that thing. Yeah, it's shaped like a question mark.
Yes.
It's
stark contrast to what I expect. Yes.
Poops are the clouds of the butt. See what you want to see.
Clouds of the butt.
What do you see?
Yeah. Snake, cigar, stick. Like, there's not that many options.
Oh, there's stuff.
Yeah.
Cigars, snakes. That's about it.
Yeah.
But this had no more shape. It's been a while. And when you open that flap, the New York subway has come out. It's just been fermenting in there. She's like, I think you forgot to flush your toilet.
Oh no.
And I was like, and I took a look. I was like, whoa, flush. And you can't really recover from that. You can't be like, hey, you see the way I treat my toilet?
Yeah.
How would you love me to make love to you?
Well, I guess
there's no return.
My first thought would be like, call the cops. Someone broke in. Someone shit in my toilet and left it as a calling card. Where's my computer?
Where's my damn laptop? Yeah. Somebody stole my dignity and our love right now. No, so that happened. There was no recovery. It was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was awkward, but just it's hard to recover from that.
Yeah,
it's hard to be like, hey, you can't. If someone sees your dump displayed liquefied in a bowl, you can't really finger anybody after that. So that was my embarrassing moment when it came to like something I forgot. Not that it's something I do a lot, but I do learn now that I talk on the phone, like mute, flush, if I ever on the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have a a comparative, like I have vague. I know that my roommate has been grossed out by something I do, but I can't off the top of my head remember what it was. Nothing quite as traumatic as what you just described.
Yeah,
that's rough.
That's rough. Yeah,
I think it's mostly just him slowly realizing like, oh, you just kind of don't put things away, and me kind of like making that like coming home every time I come home from a trip, and I'm like, oh, this is what the living room looks like when I'm not around.
You know what I've learned to do as a boyfriend, as a partner, is that you can do this. You can't really do this with a roommate, but when you have a partner that does something that you don't agree with or is kind of like messy, whatever, you do it. I've learned this as a boyfriend, and take this with a grain of salt. But here's a hot tip: if they do something that's messy, clean it for them so good as a protest, and they'll feel embarrassed that you did that for them. For instance, you left the laundry in the laundry machine or in the dryer. I'm gonna iron it up, fold it, put it nicely on the bed with the note that says, "Here you go." And what seems to be a nice deed is actually more evil, and it really stings.
Yeah, that's an act of vengeful service.
Yeah, vengeful service.
Vengeful service.
So maybe it's passive aggressive, but at the end of the day, I've done that before once to a partner, and they've came back and said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Like, no.
No. You should actually be mad.
You should be mad that I did that for you. You should be embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed.
Why aren't you embarrassed? And then I just kick it and throw it up on the floor.
You should feel shame. I was trying to make you feel shame.
If I can't make a partner feel like shame, well, then what's the point of being together? That's one only time it backfired. But for the most part, there is an embarrassment there, and that actually sends the message home harder than you being like, "Can we do this?"
Yeah. Yes.
But it's hard to do with a roommate. You can't be like,
yes, it's so much harder with a roommate because we have no obligation. We kind of have no obligation to each other, even though at this point we're basically a domestic partnership.
I used to live with a roommate. She was great. She was a former Division I athlete, very cool, very fun. I've met her on Craigslist out of all places, and then we'll get into some stories and stuff like that. But she did start dating weird guys. And I don't think she's a great girl.
When you say weird, what do you mean?
Well, one time she brought home a cop.
Okay.
And to anyone who's listening who's law enforcement, hey, you do a great job. Not really. You should be trained better. But for the most part, some of you are really good. Some of you are not good. Actually, a lot of you aren't good. But anyway, he brought home a cop. She brought home a cop and LAPD. And these guys have seen stuff that not a lot of people should see.
Sure.
And there was like nothing behind the eyes. And then he was talking really badly about Hispanics.
To you.
And my roommate, who is Mexican.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, we're not at the precinct.
Yeah.
We're just like ribbing each other. So that was a weird guy. One time she was dating like a fratty dude, and he didn't know I was home, and my door was open. And he's just walking around naked.
That's funny.
Dong out, flapping around.
You saw this guy's dong?
Fully. Like, it's not even like I'm just like, I just walk out of my room like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
And he's just like
you live there or something.
Yeah, it's like I live there. I pay rent there for 4 years. And then he comes out of the bathroom.
Dick out.
Naked. Towel in hand, like this, like he just took a shower, like that.
I don't even do that in my own apartment.
Towel around the waist.
Towel. I'm covered up just in case.
Towel around the waist. The moment you leave a bathroom that isn't yours, towel around the waist immediately. If you're showering in someone else's place, yeah, there's no debate. What I do, if I'm showering in someone else's place, I bring all my clothes into the bathroom. I walk out fully clothed. I walk in fully clothed. I don't walk.
Really? Oh, in somebody else's place?
In
somebody else's place.
Yeah, if I'm visiting someone's place, like, can I take a shower? Sure. I take all my clothes, I shower, dry off, put all my clothes back on, walk out. So that's never
the courteous thing to do.
There's no foreign skin in your apartment. That almost sounds racist, but get that foreign skin out of my house. No daughter of mine's named foreign skin. That almost sounds terrible.
That does sound bad.
But this guy walks out naked, towel in hand, drying himself off like this. Like, what is this? Like, what are we doing? It was like a Zest commercial back in the 90s.
Yeah, or the beginning of a
awesome adult movie. Yeah. I open the door. He walks out. Oh, literally. Oh, fuck. and like scurries.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, and when you see a naked man
scurrying, that's never a good look.
Like
little tippy toe run.
And then the thing is, people forget. The people don't know the echoing nuances of a place. Mm-hmm. So he's talking at his volume, thinking that no one's home. Because I guess some guys are like that. We're like that when we leave an off ramp on a freeway. It's like, oh, was I speeding? That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I think your roommate saw me naked. And I'm just sitting there like this, like in the kitchen, like she's like,
yeah.
And then my roommate goes, hold on, I'll talk to him. Like full volume.
Yeah.
And then she comes out looking like she just had a good time, just like this. You know that look? That like roommate, I just woke up look? Mm-hmm. Hey, sorry.
Yeah.
They say he's gonna get dressed, he's gonna go. I was like, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Just,
And then he walks out like this, like, hey man, sorry about that. How much did you see? Everything.
Everything.
I saw everything.
I have photos.
I saw everything. I'm just eating. Please leave.
Yeah.
Please leave.
Never come back.
So that was fun.
That's pretty fun. Before we get on to news stories, I did want to mention, because we were talking about it 2 weeks ago, whenever. I did get pulled over again.
Yay.
I got pulled over again. First time in a few years I got pulled over.
Did the cop pull you over and look at you and be like, undercover?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He tried to do a secret handshake, and I was like, I don't know what this
You chasing
is.
a perp? Come on. Get out of here. You do have a cop vibe.
I do. I really do. That was part of the reason why it was good having long hair. I used to have long hair.
But you do have a cop vibe, but the good cop vibe?
Yeah.
Where like like someone, like they rush into a house and they confiscate all these drugs, and then he starts putting it in his pocket, and you're like, hey, that's evidence. It ain't evidence if they don't have it. Mm-hmm. And you're like,
yeah, I have like cool cop vibes.
Ethan Hawke in Training Day vibes.
Yeah, I'm Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
I'm Ethan Hawking over here.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
Yeah, I love to get wet.
PCP.
Personally.
Crank. What does he say? PCP.
PCP.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
I didn't know you like to get
Better
wet.
learn Spanish, my hombre. You're gonna need that in these streets. A good movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah. I still, whenever the cops walk by, I go on my roof and I start clapping. So the neighborhood knows. Do you remember that scene?
I don't. Oh, yeah, so they know he's coming.
Yeah, so the bird know. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I got pulled over. I was driving my mom's car. I had a headlight out. I was in my hometown, Briar, Washington.
Headlight out?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Both or just one?
Just one.
And what did he say?
He said, you got a headlight out. Give me your insurance. Give me your registration. He just like checked everything. Was like, get it fixed. You're fine. But it was a very different experience from when I used to get pulled over in my hometown. I was in my mom's nice car. I'm an adult. Very different from when I was a teen.
Right.
He was like, at no point did it seem like he was going to press me at all. He was just like, let me just make sure this is your car.
Because when you're a kid, you're like, I got weed on me,
Yeah.
or I got the gun.
I got a gun.
I got stacks of bootleg pornography.
Don't look in the back. There's moldy shoes.
I've got Napster DVDs or CDs full of pirated
I've got
music.
so many pirated DVDs back there. Don't say anything.
I got so many torrents.
I still have that Sprite can that Brandon used to smoke pot out of in my trunk.
Oh no, that apple has a hole in it for the wrong reasons. It's not a
Officer, I was fucking this apple. I didn't smoke anything out of it.
I have a really, really small penis, officer. Really, that's burrowed into this apple. All right, let's move on to some news stories. Let's talk some stuff. So, you know what's funny? When a colleague of ours mentioned that she likes that we do a lot of viral video stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you a couple things that came down the old feed.
Yeah, Maddie. Shout out, Maddie.
Came down the old feed. Okay. By the way, we didn't talk about the Olympics. Are you watching?
I have not paid attention to the Olympics at all.
God, what an American. A red-blooded American.
Sorry, don't care.
Oh, shot put? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so let's talk about this. So, oh, man. Did I get it? I think I had some. I've sent myself some stuff. Okay, so this video I found. Tell me what you think of this. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know what this is. I don't know what's happening here. Ready?
Ready. Okay, it's a man mountain biking at church. Did a bunny hop up onto a very ornate-looking stage, and now he's doing a wheelie, coming back down. A little spin move. That's it.
I just thought it was so.
It was bizarre, but I fully expected him to like plow into the holy water.
I know. I thought he was gonna be like do way more, but it's
no. It is very weird how respectful. It's a very fancy looking church. Everyone.
Oh, dude, this looks like where the Queen got married.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's just like a mountain bike guy in shorts doing ollies, doing bunny hops up onto the steps.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Very bizarre.
Bizarre stuff. But yeah, everyone's loving it too. That's the other thing. The crowd is into it.
I just imagine like how he got there. He's just like, my son would like to do a demonstration for the church.
He'd like to show the congregation what faith in Jesus did for him.
Also, what Jesus gave him power-wise. Okay, so I'm going to give you we've done these before. Let's do a list, okay?
Okay. I sent a video as well that we can get to after this.
Okay, so after nearly a decade on top, Chick-fil-A has announced in March it would be shifting away from antibiotic-free chicken starting this spring due to supply chain issues.
Interesting.
So, according to USA Today, top-ranked survey of the best fast food restaurants in America.
Okay.
So there's 10.
Yeah.
So give me some fast food restaurants.
Here's the thing. I know it's number one because I saw this.
Okay.
And I was shocked.
Me too. So give me some.
I'm gonna guess because I only remember number one. Should I just say it?
Yeah.
It's Del Taco.
Insane.
Crazy to me. And I like Del Taco.
I've never had it.
Oh, it's a good Del Taco is good, but they're so inconsistent.
Really?
And I remember they really let me down one time because my ex had never been to Del Taco, and I was like, it's actually like good.
Oh no!
Like I know it's like fast food, but it's like actually good. And we went to, I don't know, some Del Taco near Mid City, and there was like a man nodding out in the dining room, and they were not on top of things in there, and everything came out kind of soggy. And she was like, "What did you do this for? Is this a joke?"
Oh my God! Nothing is worse than when you talk up a place.
Yeah.
And you never actually get to see the full potential of it. Yeah. I had actually, you know what? I take it back. I had Del Taco once.
Yeah.
On the way to Vegas.
Okay.
In between. So you're thinking about this like a inland desert Del Taco.
No, you gotta go to Glendale. Glendale's where all the good fast food spots are. But yeah, I like Del Taco. So Del Taco's number one.
Here's the thing.
They do good fries.
I don't believe
Crinkle cut.
That's good. I don't believe in fast food, Mexican food in Southern California when you have so much authentic. I don't condone
I know
it.
what you mean, but like that sort of crunchy Taco Bell style taco, it's just its own thing, and I sometimes that's what I want.
I never told you this. So one time, speaking of Mexican restaurants, speaking of Mexican food, one time I was in rural Indiana during a long weekend. My girlfriend's family, who was from there, said, "Hey, they have a lake house," and they took us to. We spent a weekend there.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend's family, who's from Indiana, said, "Hey, let's go get some Mexican food in rural Indiana."
Yeah, I would have tried to veto that myself.
I don't know why I allowed it to happen. We live in Southern California.
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't need to try Mexican food here. No offense.
No offense, but there's got to be something that you guys do well. Can't we have that?
Yeah, can't we have I don't know,
elk burgers?
Elk burgers, or I don't know. Maybe we should shout out racial epitaphs at people walking by. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we go to this Mexican restaurant, empty. Okay, no one else there.
Yeah.
The only people of tan skin I've seen in the town so far have been the people working there.
Yeah.
And we're sitting down and we order. And first of all, the food was not good. I felt bad for the kids working there.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
And all I could see was like the busboy kind of taking stuff out and looking at me like this, like. And all I can think of, he must be like, "How did you get there?
Yeah.
They adopted you?" And I was like this. Run. Get out. south.
Yeah, there's better places for you.
There's more people like us. South. Go south. Run.
Follow the stars.
Run. Follow the moon. It was just such a weird moment. It was just like, man, that was bad.
Yeah.
But if it was a Del Taco or maybe a Taco Bell, at least there's some congruency here or some similarity. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that I can understand if you want me. But if you're in Southern California, I'd go to Taco Truck before I go to
of course.
Taco Bell.
Of course.
No offense.
But sometimes I want whatever I want a cheesy gordita crunch. But anyways.
So Taco Bell's number 7.
Taco Bell's number 7. I'm going to guess McDonald's is pretty high on this list.
Nowhere on the list.
Not on the list. That's shocking.
I got another thing about McDonald's too.
I'm going to say Chipotle's on the list.
Not on the list.
Maybe they're not considered fast food. Chick-fil-A's on the list.
Chick-fil-A, number 3.
Number 3.
Do you like Chick-fil-A?
I don't eat it. I got in trouble for bringing it home.
Why?
My roommate's gay. Yeah. So I don't eat it out of respect.
Yeah, you don't eat it publicly.
Yeah,
You'll eat it though.
No,
You'll eat it.
I do sometimes when he goes out of town. I'm like, well, it's a good time to go to Chick-fil-A. But I also do. I would rather have a Popeyes.
Would you ever
sandwich.
pull like a fat guy move and just like put it in like a Whole Foods bag?
That's very funny. I'm just not gonna go through that much effort.
Okay.
But Popeyes.
Number 8.
Popeyes. Let's see. Is Subway on the list?
No.
Okay. Subway. Raising Cane's.
What the hell is that?
You ever been to a Raising Cane's?
No.
They do like chicken fingers. They got the best sauce.
What's Captain D's? Number 6.
Never even heard of it.
I think that's what I'd call you.
Captain D.
Captain D.
You know why.
Clean cut slop. Captain D.
Chicken Wing King.
Chicken Wing King. The Burger Prince. And what was mine? What's my nickname?
Cold-blooded pegger.
I'm a CBP.
The CBP.
That guy really pegs a guy. He's a cold-blooded pegger, that guy. He'll see a guy and say, boom.
I got him.
He just nailed him.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded pegger.
I nailed you.
Eddie really nailed me. He's a cold-blooded pegger. I'm going to go down the list. So number 10 was Arby's.
Shocked.
Arby's, a great place if you want just wet meat in a bun.
Wet meat. Ugh. Microwaved wet meat. Not for me.
Arby's. Come to Arby's. The meat is sweating.
And gray. And sort of pearlescent somehow. Like, you could see the rainbow in it. Ugh,
Come
yuck.
to Arby's. The meat and the staff are sweating. Come to Arby's. Gray. Meat is gray. That's just Zaxby's.
Zaxby's. Okay. I've never been to a Zaxby's. I think they're just not around here. It's like a
Popeyes, number 8. 7, Taco Bell. 6, Captain D's. 5, Hardee's.
Huh.
Never been to a Hardee's.
Well, Carl's Jr., you know.
4, In-N-Out. Okay.
I can't believe I forgot In-N-Out. That's...
Okay, so I'm going to say this. This is a hot take.
What are you going to say?
In-N-Out, not as good as people make it out to be. It's good.
I'll let you finish your thought.
It's good. But if I had to put 2 burgers in front of me, pick which one, Shake Shack or In-N-Out, I'm going Shake Shack.
You're going Shake Shack.
All the way. All the way.
I think I'm going if I'm not paying, that's a different calculus altogether. But if I'm paying, I'm definitely going In-N-Out. I think In-N-Out dollar for dollar is as good as fast food gets.
It is good, but Shake Shack feels better.
I haven't had one in a while. I'll defer to you on that. I'm willing to believe it's better. But again,
you are the
terms of I am the burger prince.
You are the burger
in
prince.
terms of consistency and price point, and I think it tastes fresh to me in a way that most fast food does not.
Mm-hmm.
I think I understand. I was underwhelmed by In-N-Out for a long time, but I think if you live here long enough and you figure out what your order is and you go there enough,
mm-hmm.
I think it is a cut above most fast food.
Number 1 was Del Taco, but number 2, 3, Chick-fil-A. And number 2, KFC.
KFC.
Sorry, I can't.
I haven't had because that was a thing we used to get. That was like a thing that would sometimes be brought home was a bucket of KFC.
Do you remember that times Mom decided we're not cooking tonight? Yep. Dad was like, I don't really want to barbecue. KFC. And then there was this rumbling in the house like, KFC?
Maybe pizza, KFC.
KFC. And then when your mom or dad brought home that bucket of KFC,
that was a treat.
would change my day, my week. It was the best, the absolute best. Now, if I see a bucket of KFC, I'm like, oh, this person hates my guts.
I want to try it again because I haven't had just like the regular chicken there. Because anytime I've been in the last 15 years, I got a sandwich or I got a little thing that wasn't just the fried chicken, and it's awful. Everything else there is so bad.
Speaking of fast food, a law just passed in the state of California.
Boneless?
No.
Oh, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, there's some other law where you can call it boneless even if there's still bones in it.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
No.
The law just passed in the state of California, or maybe just the city, but I think it's the state, where fast food restaurants are now allowed to charge 10 cents for the bag.
Okay.
And they have to ask you in drive-through, would you like a bag with that? And when you say yes, you're agreeing to a 10-cent charge. Oh. Now, each franchisee is allowed to do this or not. Most aren't going through with it.
Yeah.
But, if you're going fast food, if I say no bag, are you going to individually hand me each article of my order?
Here's a burger. Here's French fries.
At what point do we stop? Like, it's going to get to the point where like, no box, no bag, no fry bag.
Just open your mouth. And they'll just tuck it right in there.
Pour the shake. Yeah. And it's like, would you like your condiments in a small packet? No packet. just like a ketchup.
It's an extra penny for the packet?
No, I'm good. Just a ketchup gun in my mouth, please.
Just squirt it into my hand.
Can you ketchup gun it into my wife's hands, and then I'll dip the fries in her hands?
Just put it directly on my toothbrush.
Yeah. Just smear the mustard on my forehead. Just go like,
that's where it's gonna end up anyways. Might as well.
Can you smear the mustard on my jacket? Yeah. That's where it end up anyways.
Just put it on the stain that's already there. Wait, that one's emu yolk, so go over here.
You guys are very well dressed. Where are you going, to a wedding? Yep. So I don't know. Here's the thing, though. I don't think McDonald's, you're allowed to do that because it's kind of an insult because the paper, you're saying you're going to charge me for paper for a plastic bag or sort of like a paper bag. There's paper in the burger.
Yeah.
Just take it out of the burger.
Take it out of the burger?
In the burger mix. Take it out.
Anyways.
So that's what's happening right now. Also, I found this video, which is kind of interesting. So McDonald's worker, did you see this? McDonald's worker dries mop underneath French fry warmer?
No. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. But I feel some empathy for this person who is just trying to get their fucking job done and thinks I'm onto something here.
He's like, guys, I think I figured out how to dry the mops faster.
How come nobody else has been doing this?
Some guy's just waiting for like, can we get some fries? I'm drying the mop.
Yeah, give me a damn second.
I'm drying the mop.
I'd like a large fry. Yeah, it's just going to be a couple extra minutes. We're drying a mop.
I guess you could say right now, Starbucks is fast food. You're a Seattle guy.
Yeah.
I would go say as far as that's fast food because they do serve food.
Yeah, that's fast food.
I think the food is almost arbitrary at this point. You're serving something edible quickly.
Yeah.
And there are drive-thrus.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I have a prediction.
What's your prediction?
That there will, specifically Starbucks, that eventually, maybe not in our lifetime, maybe at one point in our lives, they're gonna be only counter or drive-through, so they don't have to have a bathroom.
Oh, interesting.
Because I saw them when I went back home. I saw a Starbucks that used to be like a Starbucks where you can actually sit in, but now it's just counter. Where you just only to go. Mm-hmm. And I think it's sort of dependent. If you serve food, but only to go, you're allowed to not have a bathroom. And I think
a lot of fast food places might become that then.
And I remember the CEO said, we're not America's bathroom. We can't, but you are.
You are, yeah.
Starbucks.
Sorry, Barnes and Nobles are closed. So somebody's got to take this mantle, this throne, if you will.
Starbucks, you are America's bathroom. You should lean in.
Lean in.
And I've been to a Starbucks where I've seen stuff happen in that bathroom. Ungodly things. Yeah. We've all been to a Starbucks bathroom in the inner city where you're like, hey, I guess some guy's just going to do surgery on his own hand in there. Excuse me, Can I get a Frappuccino, low foam with some artificial sweetener? Also, there's a woman giving birth in the bathroom.
There's a man who's opened a tattoo parlor in the farthest stall.
Yeah, there's a guy just selling pipes, just selling weed pipes in the bathroom. Just want you guys know that. I know the door code is 1967, but there's also a guy in there who set up shop. There's a guy selling seafood in the bathroom. There's a full-on wet market. There's a full-on Wuhan wet market in the bathroom. I just want you to know that. Okay, yeah. So, do I pick up my coffee right here? Okay, cool.
Yeah, wet market. Okay, I got a video for you. Right. It's a little backstory. It's a baseball clip, but it's this guy Quantrill. I forget if his first name's Paul or.
Hey, Paul Quantrill's son?
Maybe. I think this is Cal Quantrill.
Paul Quantrill used to play for the Jays, and he played for Seattle.
Yeah, so this must be his son, but Cal. But anyways, he got an out to end an inning. He was very excited. He was sort of emoting. Mm. The base runner took exception to this, and so he yelled at him, "You jacked off in the fucking parking lot, you dumb fuck." Which, and then it kind of turns into a fight. But he immediately, the first thing he yells at this batter is, "You jacked off in the parking lot." And I was like, that's a weird thing to say. If you look into it, the guy he was yelling at got like an indecent exposure charge like 3 years ago. He got caught jacking off in the parking lot at one of the spring training facilities. So I love this clip just because of how ready to say that this guy was. He's been sitting on that for years.
As you should, as a pegger.
Yeah.
And a belittler. I sit on this information for years. So as soon as you fuck up, I log it, and you cross me. You jerked off in the parking lot.
You did it.
You did it, everyone.
You did it. Everybody remembers.
Windows down, sunroof open, jerked off in the parking lot.
You can pretend like we don't all remember this.
Boom. Saw you spit in your hand. Jerk off in the parking lot.
Jerking off in the parking lot. Parking lot jerk off.
In the other guy's defense.
Did parking lot jack offer? In his defense, go on, Eddie.
There's been moments in my life where I was, I've had moments in my life.
How many parking lots have you jacked off?
Where I said to myself, oh my God, I'm really stressed out. I'm really nervous. Let's just rub it out and get the devil out.
Sure. But
not in public.
Not in public.
Like, I've had a big show where it's a TV taping or something. When I was younger, back home, I'm at home. I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm just gonna let it rip, and then I'll be.
But you're at home,
cool as a cucumber. All right, boom. I've had that happen.
Okay.
Now maybe he was like about to enter in training camp, and he was like, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, like,
oh, you think he's nervous?
He's like, I hope I make the team.
Man.
God, I really know. I hope I get a contract this year.
Oh, you know what'd help?
I just got to get the evil out, and then I'm going to be throwing strikes. So maybe that's it. I'm not condoning it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But come on, my man.
But the fact that I got caught.
The fact that you got caught. It's so hard to get away with. I mean, it's so hard to get caught jacking off.
Have you ever been caught making love to a lady?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I haven't told you the story. In high school, I was hooking up with my high school girlfriend. We had finished, but we were both naked. And I heard my mom coming down the hallway. And I just jumped in the closet.
And she jumped in? What?
No, she was on the other side of the bed.
Oh
so
my God.
I left her there.
Naked.
My mom walked in and was like, "Uh-oh, whoa, and
And you came out of the closet naked, as I expect you to do one day. Similar story. I was hooking up with my girlfriend at the time. Mm-hmm. We were together for years, and she was living at home. I was still living at home, so you have to be sneaky about it.
Yeah.
We're young. We're like our late teens, maybe 19, 18, and. You're not thinking you're not listening for steps. You're not you're in the moment, And her mom opened the door holding basket of laundry. Got your laundry.
Ah.
And I'm literally got her daughter from behind. And I look at this woman dead in the face.
No.
She drops the laundry, puts her hands up, turns around, walks out. I'm like in full position with my ex. We're both in shock.
Dog style.
And then I was like, should
we finish?
Should we keep going? She already knows.
Yeah, it can't get any worse.
And then she was like, oh my God, put on a robe, got downstairs. I'm telling you,
so nice of her to do the laundry too, to be met with that.
Ladies, you think that's a walk of shame? Imagine me walking out of there.
Yeah.
Looking at her dad in the face.
Oh,
looking at her mom in the face.
Ooh, baby. Was there an open door policy after this?
What do you mean?
Like, if Eddie comes over, you gotta have your bedroom door open.
Oh, well, no. There was like no upstairs whatsoever.
Oh.
So I walk out kind of like this, like.
Good to see you.
Sorry.
Always a pleasure, but not too much of a pleasure.
Sorry. Glad I could come. Oh. So, anyway,
I'm going to bust on out of here.
Oh. Sorry. Front door, back door. Ah! So, there was also a dinner the next day.
Oh, no.
And I went. She was like, you should go. We should go to the dinner.
Yeah,
Just go. It's fine. Very quiet. You know when you can just hear the...
Just fork, scrape it. Tink, tink, tink.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. I can't believe these were frozen at one point.
Did you say you put soy sauce in here?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's what I'm tasting.
Pass the corn. Oh, no?
Nah,
Too soon? Sorry. Yeah, just... Anyway. So that was awkward. And we never... And I
Did they ever talk to you about it directly?
It was always kind of the sort of like, let's never speak of this again.
Yeah.
The real kind of like Catholic, kind of like,
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
I know you're a good boy, but...
Not in my house, buddy.
So I think that was the sort of starter light of our relationship going up into flames and crumbling. Because after that, we never really have alone time.
Yeah.
It was kind of sparse, and then it slowly started to crumble, and then we just became buddies, and then we broke up.
Yeah.
But that moment is ingrained in my mind.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But was it worth it?
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
I wish her and the father were there. One was holding, honey, I also, look what I made in the shed. No.
She could have stayed. Wouldn't have slowed me down.
No. She could have opened the door and started filming. I would have loved it. Yeah. Oh, man. What else is going on? Hey, you know what's funny? I'm actually proud of us. We didn't talk about the Olympics. Not that I don't have pride, but I don't want to fake it. Be like, hey, wow. So
the shooting finals.
Oh man! Did you see that the cross country like piggyback rides? We really took it to Germany, huh? Yeah.
Did you see? I did see just a quick like graphic that showed the all of the different shooting events, like who had won medals, and the state. We haven't won any of them, guys. We're the gun country. What are we doing?
Do you think the NRA is like, why do we even try?
I guess we'll have to put more guns out there. I guess the answer is more guns.
Oh, God. They're in so many schools. You'd think
they'd be in the Olympics.
God.
They're starting young.
And the NRA is just like, we're not trying hard enough.
Yeah. No. We're not doing enough.
We're not doing enough. We got to nail this. We got to really hit this.
Yeah, I
bullseye.
Guess, I guess maybe the U.S. team would do better at shooting events if the targets all look like children. I'm sorry I said it.
No, or the president. No! We're so deep in the podcast. Who's really listening to this?
Yeah,
point?
it's no.
Nobody. Wait till we get a Patreon.
Nobody except for our best friends.
Wait till we get a Patreon. That's when the real me comes out.
The stuff you're gonna hear behind the paywall will make you fucking puke.
First of all, when the paywall comes up, we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. The paywall comes up. First of all, number one, we're naked.
Dongs out.
We're naked. Number two, there might be an audience. We're doing this.
And the audience not here willingly.
No,
we found them.
Lock the doors. You're watching us have some riffs naked. I had a good time. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Thank you so much for being part of this episode of Oh Hell Yeah, everybody. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and give us a review. A 5-star review helps the show grow. If you're on Spotify, follow the show. Get notified when an episode comes out. And if you're watching on YouTube, which is the creme de la creme, this is the piece de resistance.
First of all, thank you.
Yes. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching this episode of Oh Hell Yeah. And if you missed one, don't worry. We got plenty of episodes coming up. We'll talk to you soon. See you next week.
Chicken Wing King signing off.
Cold-blooded Pegger. See you soon.